Alright, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from group 5. So our group consists of 5 members. There will be Alma Naura Firdausi, Christina Leni Patialo, Muhammad Aryandika, Revangga Thomas, and me, Trifani Eri Susanti. So today we will present about one of approaches to discourse analysis that is about systematic functional linguistics. In this occasion, we will talk about the definition, three meta functions of systematic functional linguistics. There will be ideational, interpersonal, and textual. And the last will be the conclusion. All right, next, please. All right, for the first, we will talk about the definition. So, what is systematic functional linguistics? Systematic functional linguistics is a theory that is related to person's choice of words or the arrangement of structure that is used in speaking. It will show that someone wants to show different meaning or different intention. Jadi systematic functional linguistic ini atau SFL berkaitan dengan apa yang ingin disampaikan oleh seseorang kepada orang lain atau lawan bicaranya dengan menggunakan pilihan kata atau structure yang digunakan. Dan juga hal tersebut akan berpengaruh terhadap makna yang akan disampaikan. Jadi ketika seseorang menggunakan pilihan kata tertentu, maka orang tersebut juga menunjukkan bahwa ia memiliki makna tertentu yang ingin disampaikan. So that's all from me, and the next material will be delivered by Thomas. Thank you.
All right. So the first one is ideational. The ideational function in systematic functional linguistics describe how language can represent experiences and express perception about the world or an event. Jadi fungsi ideational ini adalah fungsi bahasa sebagai lambang pengetahuan dan pengalaman si penutur. Fungsi ini fokus pada isi statement atau ujaran si penutur bahasa. Kemudian, according to Holiday, the additional meta function is about the natural world in the broadest sense, including our consciousness, and is concerned with clauses as representation. In the additional meta function, in this function, a clause is analyzed into process and then participants and circumstances with different participant types for different process types, as in case grammar. Next. Sebelumnya, sorry. Jadi additional meta function ini erat kaitannya dengan idea atau cara orang berpikir seperti apa. Jadi sebelumnya saya ada bilang as in case grammar. Jadi dalam meta function ini itu ada yang namanya verb classification. Salah satunya adalah mental verb. Nah, jadi contoh dari mental verb ini adalah seperti I think, I feel, saya pikir, saya rasa, seperti itu. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, I will continue the material. So it is about interpersonal. Interpersonal function is how language is used in interacting with our language partner or listener. So the interpersonal function mirrors the tenor parameter of register and is evidenced in two main ways. The first one is through verbal interaction and exchange with others. And the second one is through personal mediation or modulation of the main idea or content. So tenor is deals with social relation, and usually interpersonal function is realized in wording through mood and modality. So we can conclude that we can infer that the impersonal function is related with expressing an opinion through the use of modality. I think that's all from me. The next will be explained by Christina.
All right, the next one
Sorry.
is. It's okay. All right, next one is textual. We need to remember that systemic functional system is one of a knife to analyze the discourse of someone talking or a sentence or a text, right? So in systemic functional system, there are three ways, or there are three ways to understand the discourse. And the third one is textual. What does it mean? So based on the definition of systemic functional system, we know that every choice of word, every choice of grammar differ the meaning. So the textual here means when we talk with a passive voice or active voice, it means differently. It has the different meaning. So based on context, if we say that the Agus has punched the bag as the active voice, while the passive voice is the bag has been punched by Agus. So based on the context, it has two different meaning. The first, the active voice means that Agus is the main character of the sentence. So itu menekankan pernyataan bahwa Agus lah yang memukul bag itu tadi. While in the passive voice, the bag has been punched by Agus, menyatakan bahwa karakter utamanya adalah si tas itu. Tas itu kenapa? Tas itu dipukul oleh Agus. So based on the textual by realizing the passive or active voice, we can conclude, or we can say, or we can know the discourse of a text. That's all for me, and the next one is going to be presented by Christina.
And for conclusion, in conclusion, systematic functional linguistic is linguistic that consider at the language system or language selection where it refers to different meanings. Jadi pendekatan ini itu mengatakan bahwa pilihan kata yang akan kita gunakan, lalu susunan strukturnya yang akan kita pakai saat kita akan berbicara, itu tuh menunjukkan bahwa kita ingin memberikan sebuah intention ataupun niat yang berbeda, dan juga meaning yang berbeda pula. So that's all for me. Thank you so much.
All right, that's all from our group 5. So if you have any question, you can ask to us, maybe in our group chat. So thank you for your nice attention. And the last I say wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.